Becoming a master of time is an invaluable tool in learning how to fulfill one's goals and mission in life. Ultimately, our perspective and attitude towards time and life itself determine whether we are indeed a slave to time or whether we can succeed in extracting from time its infinite potential through wisdom and resolve. Rabbi Avraham Trugman shares his thoughts on this fascinating subject.
Along with having a sense of mission, a sense of purpose, and the will to focus one's time and energy, also to become a master of time entails understanding what time is in the first place. So we'll begin with the simplest view of time, which is linear, past, present, future. That is the context in which we live. And in fact, in science, actually one of the greatest mysteries of science is called the arrow of time, where the three dimensions of space all go in both directions. Only time, from a very technical point of view, goes in one direction. Along with this, not in place of it or instead of it, but along with this, there is the concept of time as a circle. Every culture has this, every society, where we go through a cycle based usually on nature. People began to notice that the seasons repeated themselves. The sun came up and the sun came down. The moon comes up and the moon comes down. And through watching nature, we realize that there is a circle of time also. Then we have a deeper concept, and that is time as a spiral. Now, a spiral is also a circle in a way, but it's a circle that ascends, and it doesn't loop back on itself, whereas a circle does. A spiral also goes into a circle, but each rotation, you're one level higher. So the way this works is, we'll relate it to Jewish holidays, is that we could look at the Jewish holidays as a circle, and every year just repeats itself. But if you include linear time, we know that once something is passed, it doesn't come back. One Pesach is not like the last Pesach, and will not be like a future Pesach. So each moment of time is also a spiral, but if you take a spiral and you take a point on the spiral and you run a line down the points, it will connect to every other point on the circle of the spiral. And the fourth level of time is called divine time. And this is actually very, very scientific, because in Jewish tradition, we have the expression Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch Leolam Vo'ed. God was king, God is king, and God will be king forever and ever. But it's explained in our mystic tradition that this means more than linear. That sounds like linear time. But we're told what it means is all three are happening at the same time. God was king, is king, and will be king. For God, it's happening at the same time. How do we know this? The four-letter name of God, which is a Yud, and a Hey, and a Vav, and a Hey. This is the holy name of God. These four letters spell out the three types of time that we know of. Haya, was, Hoveh, is, Yiyeh, will be. So one of the meanings of this name of God is that for God, past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously. Science has done a lot with that. If you take a particle of matter and you shoot it, and it increases in speed as it gets towards the speed of light. So science tells us, this is from Albert Einstein, revealed this, time slows down. If you could have matter reaching the speed of light, no time passes. Now this sounds like a very mystical idea, but this is what science tells us. This is the basics of the relativity of time as revealed by Einstein. But the way it relates to us is when we reach a higher level of consciousness. Could be through meditation, could be through prayer, could be through contemplation. We actually can touch eternal time. We can touch those moments, and everyone's experienced these moments. Moments that on the clock take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but change our lives forever. And to become a master of time means to have an understanding of this, and then gear one's attitudes, one's consciousness, and one's actual 24-hour day to be in tune with these different possibilities. And when we do this, we begin to understand time. And by beginning to understand time, then we're motivated to use time to our advantage.